With the smash hit that is the Ghostbusters 2016 film. Oh, wait. Well, anyway, there's a movie with the Ghostbusters or whatever. It's true. These Ghostbusters have no dick. Anyway, in conjunction with this movie that came out, there was also a game released in 2016 called The Ghostbusters. It's a new Ghostbusters game. Strangely, it's an over the top dungeon crawler. Yeah, it's kind of weird. See, you play as four Ghostbusters, they're all on the screen at once. You play in an over the top perspective, and you basically run through repetitive dungeons shooting enemies, and then at the end of every level, you level up various traits like your running speed, your health, your shooting damage, that sort of thing. I've never thought I'd say this in my life, but a Ghostbusters game is very similar to Diablo. Yeah. The four characters you play as all have different stats. Like one might be a little slower but is stronger, another one might be a little faster but doesn't hit as hard, or their grenade isn't as powerful, that sort of thing. After a few levels though, you will level up any Ghostbuster you play as to the point where all their stats are maxed out. So the different stats in the beginning don't really matter that much. The only thing that really matters is the fact that they have different weapons. The game is very repetitive. Like, the levels are different, but each individual level just repeats itself over and over on a loop. You just run through the same exact corridors, fighting the same exact enemies, catching the same exact ghosts over and over. Combine that with the fact that every single level is insanely long. I mean, it is frustratingly long. I've run through a level and then I reach a checkpoint and another checkpoint and another one, and I'm thinking, okay, this last powerful enemy, this is the end. This has to be the end of the level. It feels like I've been playing this one level forever, but it's not. It's one of those games where the levels go on for way longer than you expect and way longer than you want them to. The game is also very easy for about 80% of the game. From the first level all the way up until like the second to last level, it is insanely easy to play. And this is mostly because all the Ghostbusters help each other out by raising their friends from this knockout state or whatever. Basically, when a Ghostbuster's health goes out completely, a second Ghostbuster can just run up to the Ghostbuster, press the X button on the PS4, and that Ghostbuster is rejuvenated and can play again with 100% of their health. I mean, dying in this game is helpful to you. Sometimes you want to die because it's like taking a potion that heals you completely. The fact that all four of the Ghostbusters are on the screen at the same time means 95% of the time there's always going to be someone to heal you. So it's almost impossible to die in the game. The only time you really start to die is in the last level, when every single part of the stage is like a giant, powerful boss fight with a ton of add-ons. This gets problematic because sometimes several Ghostbusters die at once or almost at once, so there's really no one to heal you, so this way the party can get wiped out. This mechanic is very similar to the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game I reviewed, where they do the same thing. They revive their fallen comrades, and there's four of them playing at the same time. The only difference is that game is a lot harder, and this is not a good thing. The game should have at least a moderate amount of difficulty in every single level, not just the last one. The gameplay, when it's not being repetitive and when it's not being really easy, can get pretty fun in a kind of turn your brain off and play while you're doing something else, like listening to music sort of way. But the negative things I mentioned so far are nothing to the biggest negative thing in the game, and that is the glitches. The glitches are absolutely infuriating. Sometimes powerful enemies glitch out and get stuck in a part of the environment where you can't shoot them. Like, you shoot a ghost until their health goes down, and then you have this, whatever it's called, proton beam to wrangle the enemy, to catch the ghost. Kind of like catching a wild horse, if you will. But the thing is, when enemies get stuck in certain parts of the environment, you can't reach them with your ghost catching weapons, because a piece of the environment is literally blocking you from reaching them. This game was published by Activision. It came out in 2016. When you factor all these things together, there's absolutely no excuse for a game like this to have this many glitches. All the mediocre and repetitive aspects of the actual gameplay aside, what breaks this game for me are the glitches. The amount of turn your brain off and play fun you will have in this game is completely overshadowed, and this is not a game I would recommend. It gets an official Stanburdman rating of a 3.8 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.